She filed, or her attorney filed, a request for dismissal on 10/15. I'm not making, y'all can see it yourself. They filed in the Superior Court of California, County of Los Angeles on 10/15/2025.
Imagine this. A celebrity tried to sue a YouTube creator for $3 million. Yes, $3 million, just for reacting to her videos. She thought she could silence him, take down his channel, and control the narrative. But he didn't back down. In fact, he fought back using legal tools she probably didn't even know existed. Videos were deleted, a restraining order was filed, and then dropped. This isn't just drama, it's a masterclass in online battles, fair use, and how one creator refused to be intimidated. By the end of this video, you'll see exactly how this David versus Goliath story unfolded, and why it has everyone talking. If there's one thing that really sets Kendra G off, it's the flood of negative comments she gets, especially from men, often black men, about the guests on her show, particularly female contestants. Now, some of these women are undeniably attractive, while others might not fit conventional standards. But a big reason why so many men feel compelled to criticize seems to stem from certain unrealistic expectations these women hold. For instance, some ladies have multiple children with different partners and then seem to expect a millionaire to sweep them off their feet. It's a lot to unpack, but the commentary doesn't come solely from men. Women are equally vocal in the comment sections, creating almost an even split in opinions. Yet, Kendra G tends to highlight only a fraction of these reactions, shaping the conversation in her own way.
First, I have a PSA announcement for all the negative men in my comment section. Baby, do you realize how much you embarrass yourself? Let me tell you something. Happy men who got the woman of their dreams, they don't spend all day in my comment section hating on women. No, they thriving in life. So if you are negative and you're a male in my comment section, you fall into one of these 6 categories.
In one of her videos, Kendra G broke down the 6 types of men who constantly complain about the women on her show. First, you're single and miserable. Second, you've got a girlfriend, but she doesn't treat you right. And yet, you're fantasizing about someone like Kendra G. Honestly, she's not having it. Then there's number 3, you're broke. 4, you've got a small penis. 5, you're socially awkward. And 6, you're self-deprived. Basically, if you fall into any of these categories, Kendra G has a very low tolerance for your commentary. Her tools for handling these commenters are limited. She can try to shame them or block them. But ultimately, she can't do much legally. Content creators who react to her videos, however, have a very different experience. If you cross certain lines, like using her Singles Live logo, she can hit you with copyright strikes that could get your entire YouTube channel taken down. This isn't just a threat, it's happened. In one instance, 15 videos were removed in a single day, even over a holiday weekend, thanks to her legal team acting swiftly. A notable example in the world of reaction content is the creator known as MABW. Over the course of his career, he has produced more than 300 videos reacting to Kendra G's content. This is an extraordinary level of dedication, and it reflects both the popularity of Kendra G's show and the demand for commentary and reaction videos among audiences. MABW's content isn't simply about making fun of or criticizing Kendra G. Reaction videos are a recognized form of digital commentary, often protected under fair use. They provide analysis, entertainment, and, in many ways, draw attention back to the original content. By creating so many videos, MABW carved out a niche for himself, building a substantial audience of viewers who enjoy his perspective on Kendra G and her show. Despite his apparent dedication, tension inevitably arose between MABW and Kendra G. The nature of reaction content can be polarizing. Some creators interpret extensive commentary as a personal attack, even when it is legally and ethically a form of critique. Kendra G's response escalated to the point that MABW's original channel was ultimately taken down. This wasn't just a minor inconvenience for him. It represented a significant disruption to his creative work, his audience engagement, and potentially his income as a content creator. The situation intensified when Kendra G reportedly obtained a restraining order against him, adding a layer of legal and personal pressure that further complicated the conflict. From Kendra G's perspective, her actions were justified. She stated that the harassment she experienced from certain commenters caused her severe emotional distress. According to her, the constant scrutiny and critical videos left her unable to sleep, depressed, and emotionally unstable, interfering with her ability to host her show effectively. She framed this as a matter of personal safety and mental well-being, suggesting that the actions of MABW and others were not merely inconvenient but harmful to her day-to-day functioning and professional responsibilities. For many in the public eye, this is a familiar concern. Navigating criticism and public commentary while maintaining mental health can be a delicate balancing act. The case highlights an important dynamic in modern content creation and digital culture: the interplay between freedom of expression and the protection of individual well-being. Reaction creators like MABW operate under the assumption that commentary, parody, and critique are protected forms of expression. They contribute to public discourse, entertain audiences, and often provide critique that can be constructive or simply humorous. At the same time, individuals like Kendra G are faced with managing their reputations and mental health in an environment where reactions can feel relentless and personal. This tension is emblematic of the digital age, where content spreads quickly, reactions are amplified, and legal systems are increasingly being used to negotiate boundaries between creators. MABW's experience also illustrates the resilience required to navigate this environment. Despite losing his original channel and facing legal threats, he was able to continue creating content on a new channel, maintain his audience, and assert his rights under fair use and anti-slap protections. This demonstrates that, while public figures have the ability and sometimes the willingness to protect their content and mental well-being aggressively, the law and community norms provide mechanisms to prevent overreach. It's a reminder that creators operating within legal frameworks can defend themselves successfully, even against high-profile individuals. Moreover, this example sheds light on the broader implications for both content creators and public figures. For creators, it emphasizes the importance of understanding copyright law, fair use, and the protections afforded by anti-slap statutes. These tools can safeguard commentary, criticism, and reaction videos from legal intimidation, enabling creators to continue producing content without undue fear of retaliation. For public figures, the case underscores the necessity of balancing the desire to protect personal and professional interests with an understanding of legal boundaries. Emotional reactions, if not tempered with strategic thinking and awareness of the law, can lead to costly legal battles, reputational risks, and public scrutiny. The broader takeaway from the MABW and Kendra G situation is multifaceted. On one hand, it illustrates that Kendra G has both the determination and the means to protect her content and mental health, and she does not hesitate to take action when she feels boundaries have been crossed. On the other hand, it demonstrates that there are checks and balances in place to prevent misuse of the legal system to silence commentary, ensuring that reaction creators can continue their work while still respecting the rights and well-being of public figures. The case serves as a microcosm of the complex and sometimes contentious landscape of digital content, highlighting both the opportunities and the risks inherent in the creation and reaction of online media. Ultimately, the story of MABW and Kendra G is more than just a legal battle. It's a reflection of the challenges of modern content creation. It underscores the need for thoughtful engagement, awareness of legal protections, and consideration for mental health on all sides of the digital ecosystem. In an era where reaction videos, commentary, and critique are integral parts of online culture, understanding these dynamics is crucial for creators, audiences, and public figures alike. Has Kendra G continued hosting her show while claiming she's been deprived of opportunities? According to paperwork, she suggested that reaction creators like MABW were taking chances away from her. But from everything we've seen, that just doesn't hold up. She's been on talk shows, national television, and even podcasts recently, clearly still active and seizing opportunities. In her claims, Kendra G argued that the pressure from MABW's reaction videos was preventing her from doing her job properly. Yet, the evidence tells a different story. She's visibly thriving and continuing her work without hindrance. MABW, for his part, even flew out to California to challenge this situation, something Kendra G likely didn't anticipate. When the restraining order was denied, it was a clear signal. There was no solid basis for it. Not stopping there, Kendra G attempted to sue MABW for $3 million, demanding $150,000 per video. Fortunately, MABW's lawyer stepped in, preparing an anti-slap lawsuit, a legal tool designed to dismiss cases that are baseless or intended to silence someone without merit. In the end, it seems Kendra G, perhaps unwilling to risk losing, backed down, sparing her wig money, as it were. It seems Kendra G didn't want to risk losing any of her penthouse money. Just as she was about to face an anti-slap lawsuit, on October 15th, she dropped her claim. All that remained was waiting for the judge's affidavit confirming the dismissal, which would then be sent to YouTube, restoring MABW's old channel. Yes, Kendra G had actually tried to sue him for a staggering $3 million. But as the anti-slap suit loomed, she retracted. For context, a SLAP lawsuit, short for strategic lawsuit against public participation, is when someone, often powerful, sues another not to win the case but to intimidate, financially drain, silence criticism, or block discussion on a public issue. Essentially, it's a tool to try and shut people up. In this case, Kendra G tried to take down MABW's videos, but he fought back. Even while rebuilding on a new channel, MABW 2.0, is thriving, gaining around 1,000 subscribers per week. Kendra G had claimed that without her content, his channel wouldn't survive, but clearly that wasn't the case. His new channel is growing steadily, proving that even in the face of legal intimidation, his content continues to reach and engage audiences. Now, let's talk about the anti-slap motion that MABW pursued. An anti-slap allows a defendant, the person being sued, to ask the court to dismiss a lawsuit immediately if it's deemed a slap, meaning it was filed simply to silence them. If the court agrees, the case gets thrown out, and the plaintiff may even be required to cover the defendant's attorney fees. Essentially, it's a legal tool to protect free speech. Reaction videos fall under fair use, which is why anti-slap laws are so relevant here. These laws safeguard commentary on public issues, news reporting, content creation, consumer warnings, political commentary, reviews, whistleblowing, and similar forms of speech. Kendra G ultimately filed to dismiss her case, likely to avoid going further. But this raises some interesting points about content creators and reaction channels. Interestingly, despite her actions, many YouTubers continue to post reaction videos about her content. From her perspective, pursuing each one could cost significant time and money, potentially cutting into her wig money or penthouse money. Meanwhile, MABW raised the question of why Kendra G doesn't go after other YouTubers the way she did him. It's worth noting, though, that making hundreds of videos reacting to a single person can feel personal and even aggressive. While MABW's work falls under fair use, producing hundreds of videos could be seen as bordering on cyberbullying. This is especially relevant in the current climate where protecting creators, particularly female content creators, is a priority. So, while fair use is on MABW's side, the sheer volume of videos adds a complex layer to the situation. Nobody else has reacted to Kendra G's content quite like MABW, or at least not with the same level of views and attention. I personally might react to a Kendra G video 10 to 15 times a year, but it's usually because her contestants are so over the top. Kendra herself isn't the main draw. That's probably part of why MABW focuses so much on her content. Still, that doesn't give her the right to take his channel down or hit him with a restraining order, especially when he lives across the country in New York City and clearly isn't bothering her. Dropping the lawsuit was an acknowledgement he was in the right. This situation also highlights a larger point about how some people, even those with substantial influence or power, can misjudge the law when they believe they can outmaneuver the system. In this case, Kendra G invested a significant amount of money into legal fees, preparing to challenge a content creator, someone who, in reality, posed no genuine financial threat to her. The irony is striking. Rather than stepping back and considering the bigger picture, she allowed her emotions to dictate her actions. She pursued a legal battle that may have seemed justified in the moment but was ultimately avoidable and, as it turned out, counterproductive. It's a common theme in the world of celebrity culture and content creation. People in positions of visibility often think that their status gives them carte blanche to react aggressively when they feel slighted or criticized. They assume that because they are well-known, the law will naturally bend in their favor, or that their public persona will intimidate others into compliance. But the legal system doesn't work that way. Courts look at evidence, precedent, and intent, not fame or public clout. In this instance, the actions Kendra G took, targeting a content creator with lawsuits, restraining orders, and copyright claims, did not take into account the protections offered under fair use and anti-slap statutes. These laws exist precisely to prevent powerful individuals from using the legal system to silence criticism or public commentary. For content creators like MABW, this is an important reminder of the balance between accountability and overreach. Reaction videos, commentary, reviews, and critique are often protected forms of speech. They fall under fair use, and in many jurisdictions, anti-slap laws are explicitly designed to defend creators from lawsuits that are intended not to resolve a legitimate grievance but to intimidate, exhaust, or silence them. By attempting to take down his channel, Kendra G inadvertently triggered a legal framework that ultimately worked against her. The lawsuit was dropped, her attempt to silence him failed, and MABW's content continued to thrive. The situation also sheds light on the emotional dynamics at play when public figures feel challenged. Even if there is no tangible harm, the feeling of being attacked online can provoke strong reactions. It's easy to understand why someone like Kendra G might have felt frustrated or disrespected. Thousands of reaction videos dissecting your content can feel personal, even if the videos are legally and ethically protected. But this is where strategic thinking comes into play. Instead of taking immediate legal action fueled by frustration, a long-term perspective would have allowed her to weigh the costs, consequences, and actual risks. The financial investment in lawyers, the time spent dealing with legal paperwork, and the public perception that comes with a legal battle can all outweigh any perceived harm from a reaction channel. Moreover, this episode is a fascinating glimpse into the culture of celebrity reaction content. Reaction channels thrive on analyzing, critiquing, and sometimes poking fun at public figures. These creators are not necessarily attacking the individual personally, they are responding to the content itself. In this case, MABW focused on Kendra G's show and her contestants, which, by many accounts, are colorful, dramatic, and highly reaction-worthy. Reaction creators provide commentary that is entertaining to audiences, drives discussion, and even increases engagement with the original content. Ironically, this can enhance a creator's visibility rather than diminish it, yet some celebrities interpret these videos as hostile or threatening. Kendra G's situation serves as a cautionary tale for anyone in the public eye. Understanding your legal rights, your limits, and the protections afforded to content creators is crucial. Reacting emotionally, without fully considering the consequences, can lead to public missteps, wasted resources, and reputational damage. Her decision to pursue legal action, rather than ignoring the situation or using more measured responses, ultimately backfired. Not only did it fail to remove the content, but it also highlighted her lack of understanding of fair use and anti-slap laws, knowledge that would have allowed her to navigate the situation without escalating it. It's also worth noting the resilience of content creators like MABW. Despite facing lawsuits, potential copyright strikes, and even restraining orders, he continued creating content, growing a new channel, and engaging his audience. This persistence demonstrates that attempts to intimidate or silence creators can often strengthen their resolve and expand their reach. MABW's ability to recover and continue thriving serves as a testament to the protections that fair use and anti-slap laws provide, as well as the dedication of creators who operate within those protections. Ultimately, this episode is more than just a story about lawsuits and reaction videos. It's a lesson about the intersection of law, celebrity, and online culture. It illustrates how power and visibility do not exempt someone from legal limits and how emotional responses, if unchecked, can lead to strategic errors. It also underscores the importance of knowledge and preparation, knowing the law, understanding your audience, and anticipating the consequences of your actions can prevent missteps that are costly both financially and reputationally. So, there you have it. Another chapter in the ongoing saga of celebrity content and reaction culture. This story isn't just about Kendra G or MABW. It's a reflection of the broader dynamics at play in the digital age, where content creation, public scrutiny, and legal protections intersect in complex and often unexpected ways. Your boy OSH Jackson signing off. Thank you for all the support. Don't forget to hit the bell, and we're out.